Do you know that before a potential transformer is used in a substation, it must pass several high-voltage tests? In this video, we will clearly explain the routine tests, type tests, and acceptance tests of potential transformers.
Now let us discuss the type tests of a voltage transformer as specified in IS 3156 Part 1, 1992. Type tests are different from routine tests. Routine tests are performed on every transformer, but type tests are performed only on one sample transformer of a particular design. These tests verify whether the design of the transformer meets the required standards and performance limits. According to the standard, the following tests constitute the type tests. The first type test is the temperature rise test. In this test, the transformer is operated under rated conditions and the temperature rise of different parts of the transformer is measured. This test ensures that the insulation and materials can withstand the heat generated during normal operation. The second type test is the lightning impulse test. This test is carried out for voltage transformers installed in electrically exposed locations such as outdoor substations. In this test, a high voltage impulse wave simulating lightning surges is applied to check the insulation strength of the transformer against lightning over voltages. The third test is the switching impulse voltage test. This test is required for voltage transformers rated at 420 kV and above. It simulates the over voltages produced during switching operations in high voltage power systems. Next is the high voltage power frequency wet withstand test. This test is performed on outdoor voltage transformers up to and including 245 kV. During this test, the transformer is subjected to high voltage under wet conditions, usually by spraying water on the insulation surfaces. This helps verify the insulation performance under rain or moisture conditions. There is an important note regarding this test. If the porcelain weather casing or bushing has already been tested separately under wet withstand conditions, then the requirements of this test are considered to be satisfied. The final type test is the determination of errors or other characteristics. In this test, we check whether the voltage transformer meets the required accuracy class or designation as specified in the relevant parts of the standard. Now let us look at some important notes related to type testing. First, the dielectric type tests, which include the lightning impulse test, switching impulse test, and wet withstand test, should normally be carried out on the same transformer unless the manufacturer and purchaser agree otherwise. Second, after completing these dielectric type tests, the transformer must be subjected to all the routine tests again. This ensures that the transformer has not been damaged during the high voltage testing process. Finally, type tests may be omitted in certain cases. If the manufacturer already has a valid certificate of type tests conducted on a similar transformer and the purchaser accepts it, then repeating the type tests may not be necessary. In this section, we will discuss the routine tests of a voltage transformer according to IS 3156 Part 1, published in 1992. Routine tests are the tests that manufacturers perform on every voltage transformer after completing the final manufacturing in the factory. These tests ensure that the transformer is properly manufactured and safe for operation. According to the standard, the following tests constitute the routine tests. First is the verification of terminal marking and polarity. In this test, we check whether the terminals of the primary and secondary windings are correctly marked. We also verify the polarity of the transformer, which is important for proper connection in protection and metering circuits. The second test is the power frequency dry withstand test on the primary winding. In this test, we apply a specified high voltage at power frequency to the primary winding. The purpose is to check the insulation strength of the primary winding. The third test is the power frequency dry withstand test on the secondary winding. Here also, a specified voltage is applied to the secondary winding to verify the insulation capability of the secondary circuit. The fourth test is partial discharge measurement, which is carried out according to IS 11322, published in 1985. However, there is an important note regarding this test. This test is applicable only to voltage transformers that have oil-immersed insulation and are designed for highest system voltages of 72.5 kV and above. This test is not applicable to capacitor voltage transformers, also known as CVTs. The fifth routine test is the determination of errors or other characteristics. This test checks whether the transformer meets the required accuracy class or designation specified in the relevant part of the standard. Now let us look at some important notes regarding these tests. First, the determination of errors or characteristics must be carried out after completing the primary and secondary power frequency withstand tests. The sequence of the other tests or their combination is not strictly standardized. Another important note relates to repeated power frequency tests on the primary winding. If the power frequency withstand test on the primary winding needs to be repeated during acceptance tests, the test should be performed at 80% of the specified test voltage. This requirement helps prevent unnecessary stress on the insulation system.